It is Cannabis Day.
Hey,
We've got the Landlord.
Welcome to Cannabis Day. I am the Landlord, aka Grant Marshall. We're gonna go down here and see what's happening here. We have our first tent here. It's called Monster Weed, and they're $5 a gram. Get out of town! $5 a gram. Look at all the weed we have here, Neil.
$40, $60, and $80 ounces.
Death Baba, Purple Death Baba, Moby Dick, where did they get the names of these weeds? I'll never know, but come on down, Cannabis Day here in Sunset Beach.
God's green crack, may as well call it God's purple crack. Woo.
But here, $5 a gram. Come on down and have a good time. And we're gonna go along here. Thank you very much. We're gonna go up here, and we got some edible, some cookies here. We're here at Cannabis Day, and they got some oils and shatters, and oh my God, everything is here.
Cannabis Farmers Market.
There's my girlfriend right there.
Cannabis.
Oh my goodness, check her out. Hubba hubba. But hey, come on down.
The world's dopest girlfriend.
Oh, the world's dopest girlfriend. Check that out. Oh yeah. Oh my goodie. All right. So and you see we got peanuts, Rice Krispie squares,
Peanuts for
cookies.
diabetics. We've got gluten-free muffins for people who can't have gluten. We've got organic cookies for people who want organic ingredients. And we've got mushroom chocolate for people who want to go for a trip but don't want to go away from home.
Oh, I left
Wow.
my 5-block radius.
Like a real farmer's market.
Yeah.
Like free people's cannabis.
All
What
right.
it looks like.
So you heard
Thank
it.
you.
Come on down. We still got many hours to go. We're going down here. And here we are. And we got Cannabis Day t-shirt. We got all edibles, mushrooms.
Shatter pens, we have rosin, live resin, shatter. We got 2 different kinds of hash. We got CBD oils, THC oils, and we got a whole bunch of edibles, around 500, 600
We got gummies
milligrams.
there.
Yep, and
Wow.
as well as we have just started our own clothing company called West Coast Spice, and that is our shirts here are made by West Coast Spice. You can follow us on Instagram at Spice West Coast, and yeah, give us a follow on Instagram.
Right on. So you've heard it from the Grand Marshal here. We were down here. We're having a great time, and a lot of different edibles and weed. And oh, Death Bubba, she's my favorite. Thank you very much. And we're coming on down here. I think this lady's name is Karen, right? Yeah. I didn't forget Karen. She's one of Charlie's Angels here. But anyways, we're gonna let Karen. Yeah, what's yours?
Well, that's a good sign. If ever there was a good sign. Clearly busy.
Popcorn going on.
Shatter Puff. Wow.
All different levels of hash.
You look like Cannabis service. There you go.
Here's your upcoming event. So tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, I've got some edibles going on, all made in-house, and then we're also grower direct. My husband is a grower, and I get the pleasure of coming out to this event. So we've got God Burmese, $75 an ounce today.
$75 an ounce. You can't beat that price.
Oh yeah, I can.
It's like a farmer's market. Free
Farmers
people's
market.
cannabis.
There you go. That's awesome.
$400 half pounds all day long, $10 extra for delivery. I've got smalls for $300 for a half pound, $10 extra for delivery.
Oh.
And yeah, so we got $75 Royal Purple Kush, Cracker Jack.
Purple Kush. I love that.
We've got in-house made shatter,
Oh, look at that.
Wow, that looks beautiful.
That looks great.
$300 an ounce. I'm wholesaling to everybody. I've got this nice brick of Mercedes hash, 2 grams, $2 a gram.
$2 a gram.
Yeah.
All right. And you got some creams here too?
Yes. We make CBD infused hand sanitizers. We do lip balms, bath products. I have bath bombs. I do massage oils, good for the bedroom or for aches and pains. The holy grail of my business is the Tiger Balm, made from cinnamon sticks, cloves, infused coconut oil, infused cocoa butter, and everything is organic.
And you have a website.
I took it down because of legalization.
Okay.
Boo.
But this is what I want. This is what people want.
Yeah.
This should be legal.
We also offer services. We do bartending service, floral arrangements, infused bar, and I'll do custom order edibles. So yeah.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll take that. We'll go on to the next one. I want to go
Cool.
back
Let's
a
say hi to
little
Cassie.
window. Hey, Cassie. Cassie's here. We all know Cassie. Welcome to Cannabis Day, girl. It's good to see you, girl. Thank you for coming. All right, we got. Oh, look at this. We got another wonderful lady.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Welcome to this Medibles.
Yeah, we got edibles here. We got joints.
Joints for days.
And look at the nice artwork you got here. That's awesome. But we got gummies. You got.
So she makes this stuff
You make
actually,
this stuff,
So
eh?
I make all this stuff by hand.
and then packages it up and puts it for sale, including all this
We
stuff
got
here.
these beautiful galaxy mushroom chocolates as well. Yeah, these are fire.
You got some nice ashtrays. I bought one earlier. I love them. These look like soap bombs. Yeah, look at that. All right, thank you.
Well, thanks guys. Happy Cannabis Day.
Happy Cannabis Day to you also. I like your pants.
Thanks, Harlan.
Here we are. We got the next tent.
Hey,
Hey, how's it
How's
going?
everybody doing?
You're the chief in command here?
I think
You help out?
I think
you
we're
want
all
to
chiefs
explain
in
your
command.
tent? You want
That's
to
right.
this lady
We're all
here?
chiefs.
What's your
Right?
name? Stephanie here. You'd like to explain your tent?
Oh, we've got a lot of silver jewelry and snacks and retro t-shirts.
Retro tea. Oh yeah, I gotta have the
Bands.
Yeah, I seen that earlier. I see all these bags of chips. I thought it was a bag.
Throwback.
Yeah. You got posters, Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah.
All right, you look, check these out. I got to send my friend Jack over. He's in the rings. But look at that. We got all that. Yeah. Oh, we'll go along here. We're getting up here. We're having a great day. And guys in the command here, we let you explain your tent.
We just have a bunch of cannabis, extracts, edibles, psychedelics, stuff that's not harmful.
We got some flags. Bob Marley. He's a gnarly guy, yeah.
Badge and t-shirts.
Got hats and some joints.
If you have any trouble getting anything, Wednesdays and Saturdays, we're down at Main Street SkyTrain Station.
Main
We've got a tent popped up, so you can come see us there.
Do you have a
Wednesday.
website? A website at all?
Yeah, website is right
Oh, we'll
on
get
there.
back
You
to
fill
it.
that, and that basically just explains the process.
All right, so we got 420market.vancouver.com. Mad Mike's menu, yeah. All right, thank you. Hey, how's it going? Top quality. Top quality don't need a tent. He's doing okay. Like, what do you explain your situation here? What you got?
We have edibles, buds, vapes, almost everything we got.
Right on. Thank you for coming down. You got a website there?
Right here, right there. You can barcode that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got a contact there.
Contact right here. Our contact is right here.
Weedscouriers.com.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you. Here we got some more. Here we got some. We look at all the buds there. Hey, this bud's for you. Oh, we got mushrooms. We got some joints. We got some more vapes. Some gummies. Oh man, a lot of good treats here. So come on down. Hey, we still got like 5-6 hours to go. Thank you. Here we are. Hello, Magic Chocolates. We got Magic Chocolates, mushrooms. How are you doing? You want to explain what you have here?
We got different strains of Cubenzi. So this one's from Thailand, so it's more exotic. Got golden teachers, we got your blue meanies and peanut sunbeam. And then we also have them in chocolate form, so you can try all the different flavors.
I haven't done mushrooms since 1978, so that's a long time.
1978. Well, you sound like you're overdue for a
Yeah, it looks like it. But we got Nutella.
Nugtella.
Nugtella.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
that's
made
good.
All natural ingredients. Number one ingredient in here, hazelnut. I don't even think real Nutella has hazelnut.
All right, we'll go her and then we'll go. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. We're coming down here. And we got Miss Edible here. How you doing, darling? Long time no see, like 5 minutes ago. Good to see you. Can you explain your site here?
All right, we have weed,
We
hybrids, and indicas. We've got beautiful butter, all kinds of edibles. Check out this butter.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
We got some cookies and brownies, eh? Oh.
And we also have a weed raffle.
Yeah.
42 grams of Dark Angel indica, $1 a ticket. be here for 420.
Whoa, chat's asking where we're at Sunset Beach, Vancouver, BC.
Between Thurlow and Butte. We come down between Thurlow and Butte down to the beachfront. And
You got a
we're
good
here.
chance of winning. The crowd's
Yeah.
not too full, but nice enough to have a good vibe.
weather, good weather.
Sold. I
All
have
right.
all edibles here. Cookies and brownies, 400 milligrams. I've got CBD dog cookies. And I've got
Oh, nice
homemade
beadwork.
jewelry.
Very nice beadwork. Thank you, Miss Edible. Give her look at that smile. Give her another picture. Hey, she's been around the hood for many years. Thank you. Well, we'll head over back to the main stage, I guess. We'll go here.
Run by here.
We got a quick run over by here. So, hey, how you doing?
What's up, guys?
We come to see what you have, and you explain your little table here, please, real
Well,
quick.
you know, we got some weed over here. You know, it's great for cooking. You know, going at $50 an ounce. You know, we got wavy cap shrooms and we got liberty cap shrooms. They're going at about $80 an ounce.
$50 an ounce. Get out of town.
We got that green crack. Let's open up so everyone can see at home.
We got green crack.
Right. This stuff going at $80 an ounce.
80 an ounce, and we got some pre-rolls here. And
Pre-rolls, $5 each all day long. And then we have the premium stuff, where this is my personal favorite for the smoke right here.
God's green crack. Don't know what God you're serving, but anyways.
Whatever God does, man. Look at that.
All right.
God grew this.
Thank you very much.
Have a happy Cannabis Day, guys.
All right, we're gonna head back over here. We got
Up
one
to the
more,
stage, I think.
One
or-
more tent. Neil. Okay, well, we're gonna head up here. Head back to the main stage. We're gonna do one quick customer thing. You go over here, they'll be okay.
Okay, sounds good.
So, quickly, we got a couple locals here. Okay? And we got Chris and his wife. And we got Ann. Hey, I even got my friend from Victoria here, Jack, and my other friend. I do have friends. I don't give them money. They give me money. No, I'm just kidding. We got Daniel from Chile, South America. Hey, we got my niece Becky here and her friend. So we're gonna head back up to the main stage here in a minute, but then
Carly's over there.
we're gonna go over here. Okay, we'll
well.
go. Oh, Glenn's still here, and Carly. We're gonna come down to Carly real quick here. So we got Carly here and her dog Champ, and we got Glenn Wells here still. Right on. What would we do without Glenn Wells?
I don't know.
Probably a lot. No, I'm just kidding. But here's Carly, and what do you got here, Carly?
Carly, well, there's nothing left out here
All
anymore,
gone,
but
okay.
check out Mountain Woman Remedies online and Living Leaf Remedies, and you'll be able to see what we have in the THC department and the CBD department.
Right on. Thank you very much. Happy Cannabis Day. Well, we're gonna head back to the main stage with Neil here and myself, and we're gonna have a great time here. Come on down. Like I said, we're between.
There's more here.
We got more. Some plants growing over there. Some more people here. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. From a live stream with the Pot TV here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Free edibles for the people, for the movement. Thank you very much for supporting us, for supporting
your
Neil.
rent's due, okay?
We got to get up on stage
Thank
there.
you for the support.
Thank you. We gotta get back up stage here.
These Canada's freezies.
Alright, we got some more stuff here. We got bandanas. We got local community people selling bandanas. And we got some weed and some butter. Alright, let's rush back to the stage now real quick here.
is Vancouver BC. I'm just answering questions in the chat. Slick Kula is asking, where is this at? Vancouver BC, Sunset Beach. Hello, Marie.
Testing. All right. How are we doing out there in Vancouver? How's Cannabis Day going? You got those guys smoking weed? Oh, yeah, they're smoking too much weed to respond at this point. That's probably more the edibles. And if you're eating edibles, be careful with the edibles. You know, you got to start low and go slow. Because unlike smoked cannabis, you can't eat too many edibles. They won't kill you, but you might not really want to be alive while it's going on. I've been there, like your head is really thick, it's not fun. Don't eat too many edibles. A lot of people make that mistake. In fact, it's really too bad because a lot of people don't want to do edibles anymore after they've done too much that first time. And edibles, when you find the right amount, especially if you're dealing with pain and stuff, edibles can be really, really effective at the right dose. But be careful not to eat too much. Stay hydrated. It's still a little bit warm out today. And be careful about eating too many edibles. So I got Landlord here. He's going to make a quick announcement. And then Dave Hill. Dave, I don't know where you are, but you're going to be here somewhere momentarily, I'm sure. So Dave Hill, come on up to the stage. I want you to say a few words to the people here. Dave's the one who's really put all this together, stepped in when somebody needed to do that. And Dave's done a fantastic job. Landlord, what do you got to say?
Hey, happy Cannabis Day. Hello? Is this thing working? Check, cash, land claims, money order. Okay, yeah. So we got Miss Edibles way over there in the corner. Wave there, darling. Miss Edibles. Hello? Can you wave? If you go over there, they have a raffle. So you can pay $1 ticket for 42 grams. $1 ticket. A raffle for 42 grams over there with Miss Edible. She got a purple shirt and pink hair, and I tell you, hubba. But hey, everybody, yeah, we're waiting for Dave Hill. He's working his way here. All right, and keep medicated, you know, and send me a smoke signal. And I love you all, and thank you, people, for buying the orange T-shirts. There's still more over there to the left. And the Cannabis Substitution Project is over here. If you want to donate any money, checks, claims, landlords, land claims, you know, you go over here, yeah. No, I'm just kidding about the land claims. But yeah, you can donate money in the blue box here, community safety volunteer. I'm honored and blessed to know Neil. He's doing an outreach in Vancouver, a little RV until the government makes their mind up. We know how that is. The government takes time. If we took our time, we would do quicker than them. They don't want competition though. But anyways, yeah, if you want to donate any money to Cannabis Substitution, I know it's helped me in the past with gummies and that. So yeah, come donate here and go buy your raffle tickets over there. $1 for 42 grams. And we're waiting for Dave Hill. Dave Hill. Oh, there he is. All right, thank you, and stay medicated and clean the park.
Thanks, Landlord. So yeah, get in on that lottery there, the raffle that's going on. There's not a lot of people. Dave, do you want to just sit at the front here? Oh, he's got to be behind the speakers. All right, good idea. So we've had this event going on for a long time. I talked about it earlier in the day. It's been going on since 1987, the first Cannabis Day, I believe. And it was held on the Art Gallery for a long time, and then we moved to Thornton Park. And the COVID has kind of kicked the crap out of a lot of different events. And so now we're here, And we're here because one guy stepped up and decided that he was going to get a stage happening. He was going to make all this stuff work. And Dave's been around for a very long time. We call him Dave the Roofer because you go ahead and start filming anytime you want there, Paul, but I'm not going to repeat myself.
No, but you gotta say something because it's
So,
Canada Day.
Dave's been around for a very long time. He came to us from Ontario. He was a roofer there. He was a medical cannabis user, and he had a great passion for trying to legalize cannabis properly to give people proper access to cannabis. And I'm sure he's never missed a 420 in all the time that he's been here, that I've been here. I'm sure, he's done so many things. He's set up canna garden tables at the P&E on the corner there, at Robson Square, at the art gallery, all over the place, pop-ups here and there, fighting the man, just continuing to be persistent that cannabis needs to be easily accessible to people, and he's not going to stop till they do. They put him in jail a number of times. Can you imagine that, putting this gentleman in jail? He never heard a flea in his life, and he's all disabled. And they're going to put him in a concrete cell because he's insisting that poor people need to have access.
6 months ago he got out of jail.
6 months ago he got out of jail. He's been in and out of jail all the time I've known him. And, what a soldier. And thanks to him, we have a great event going on here today. We got over 20 booths set up, access to cannabis the way it should be. We fended off the cops early on, fended off the park board early on. This is about freedom. They're wrong, we're right. And I can't thank you enough for making this work for us, Dave. And just take a few minutes and say whatever you want to say.
And talk about the past, Dave. You went at the art gallery and did there right now.
Oh man, this started for me when I was 15 at Sunnybrook Hospital, volunteering with the veterans, giving them cookies, watching their hands stop shake. That's why I do this stuff. But that just started it. Then I started doing some research and I kept finding government lies. Lie after lie, lie after lie. It's a drug. It's dangerous. It can make you OD. That's a lie. All this is about is the same as every beef we have with every government. It's about lies. Enforcing laws they have no right to do. Every one of us that has ever smoked weed and been discriminated against with a dirty look, thrown out of our parents' house. Our poor parents that thought they were being good parents because they want to threaten us because we're smoking weed. Every one of us deserve an apology because guess what? Those parents were lied to. Weed has never been dangerous. Never. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still waiting for my apology. Where's my apology? I sure you guys all are owed apologies. How many times did a cop break the law and illegally search you because he just knew you looked like the weed smoking type? Every time. Well, what about these SkyTrain cops right now? Aren't they acting like Toronto cops? Now, we got the VDP here, and they can be gentlemen at times. I've never seen it before anywhere in Canada. Sometimes. And the other times, you can be at Stanley Park protesting, and the boss of them has told them to leave you alone, but yet they try to run you over with horses. No, stepping on skateboards, almost falling on people, being very dangerous. Now, that reminded me why I was in this. I didn't have too many protesters there, and I was kind of faking it with a bit of those Pokemon. I was releasing Pokemon stops to get people to hang out so I wouldn't get arrested. That was fun. Now, I hate that I went to jail. I'll probably go to jail again in the next 2 years. But you know what? Every day I spent in jail was worth the look on that officer's face. The one that was against us. The one that isn't for the people. The one that wants to hurt us and regulate us. Seeing the look on his face when he couldn't take my weed. Seeing the look on his face when he couldn't harass my friends. Because we wouldn't allow it. That is where this protest came from, guys. Now, we're here to celebrate and have fun at times, but sometimes we forget this is a protest. We're far from legal, guys. My friend Darren, I'd like to speak about for a minute. He's part of BC Bud, guys. They're trying to give him, I think, 14 or 18 years for extracting resin products with alcohol. Organic solvents. Nothing harmful. First they accused him of crystal meth because, there's glass. There's a laboratory. All they could find was marijuana resin. And they deported his wife They made his life hell for the last couple of years. Did they actually take the kids? Separated the damn kids. Like, how bloody dare you? All government lies. Now, we've had a shame come out this week. We're finding out about poor indigenous people, their children being murdered at our, what were they called, residential schools. I guarantee you if 90% of Canadians knew what was going on, they wouldn't have stood for it. Now, I'm really sorry and ashamed of my own government that I'm usually proud of for most things. But I am ashamed that marijuana wasn't fully legalized and that they dare support it. Dare support it and are still hiding the fact that that happened. At least man up and admit it and make it right as best you can. And don't ever let it happen again. It's about not letting it happen again. That's all we can do. We can't change the past. We can just make the future right. I hope you all come and do it with me, because we're going to do more of these things. It doesn't take that much. Just take some balls. Show some balls, come out and support. And when they do start getting pissy with us, I guarantee you my crippled ass will be standing in front of the line. No one will get arrested before me. Right? Love you all. Thank you for coming. And happy Cannabis Day. I will not say Happy Canada Day out of respect. I'll say it next year. But this year, Canada government has to step up. No, we must know our history or we will repeat it. Remember that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. It does really suck to have to be ashamed of your government. I love Canadians, I love this country, but I'm ashamed of my government, and I've been that way for a very long time. The government has a lot to answer for, and the Catholic Church has a lot to answer for, and I'm just waiting to see what kind of a response is given. In any case, we're here today to protest the pot laws, another good reason to be ashamed of our government. I was scolded by a police officer earlier today because I trusted that Trudeau was going to somehow legalize in a way that made sense, and he wasn't going to do what he did here, which is a hostile takeover of the cannabis industry with continued and increasing penalties for anybody that would dare continue to grow or sell outside of their martel or their cartel, their monopoly. Martel. You know, I mean, it's just been so wrong for so long, and it's really shameful. It's shameful that here we are this time in history in 2021, and they're still telling lies. I was told by this officer that he really stands by what the pediatric part of medicine has to say about kids and the harm that could happen to the developing brain by consuming cannabis. They're full of fucking lies. Sorry to swear, but they really are. Shame on them. Shame on them. Kids with epilepsy would be continuing to have horrible seizures regularly without cannabis in many, many cases. Cannabis is in mother's milk. If it wasn't, the babies wouldn't be healthy. It's part of our endocannabinoid system. It doesn't harm the developing brain. It assists in the development of young people and their brains. And they're lying through their teeth because of money, because of the love of money that the pharmaceutical companies rake in because they have tight controls over who gets what. And they're a lot behind the lobby and the money that's spent to make sure that we don't have access to cannabis. And it's kept away from us as human beings by these greedy bastards. And it's just really, really sad. So that's why we're here. That's why we've been here all these times. Through the last 20 years, in my case, we've been here talking about why this is wrong. And it should have been fixed a long time ago. They knew we had them. We had them back in 2014 at a Cannabis Day rally at the Art Gallery that was so over the top, so packed and jammed they had to close down all the streets around the Art Gallery in the heart of the city on Canada Day. And we put on such an amazing event. The speakers were so bang on about why you deserve as human beings to have the right to use these plants for however you want to use them. And that the government's interference in trying to prevent you from using certain drugs so that you'll be forced to use their alcohol, their commercial tobacco, their pharmaceutical drugs is immoral to the point of murder. And that's what we thought we had going on in 2014. We thought it was such a spectacular rally with all the points being made so properly by all these amazing speakers that they would have no choice. That in the next couple of days, the media was going to report on all of that, and they were going to have to give us proper legalization to just repeal the laws against cannabis. No more criminal penalties ever for anything to do with cannabis. That's what should have happened in 2014. But instead, for those of you who may remember, that was the year the RCMP orchestrated this attempted bombing of the legislature through these people that were mentally unstable. And they coerced them into doing that. And that's what ran in the newspapers for the weeks to come. And they never reported on how we as activists had finally made the point so well and had so much support that they would have to stop using our money to pay cops to make criminals out of people just for cannabis. And that's what happened in 2014. In 2015, we thought we'd do it even better. What the hell, why not? Keep going. And instead, the city of Vancouver and the VPD decided they could shut down Cannabis Day. They sent a letter to Cannabis Culture, the ones putting on the event, and threatened them and said, cease and desist. If you have to have the event, you can do it under the Canby Street Bridge in the mud. Well, there was no stopping the event. Cannabis Culture doesn't make this event happen. You make this event happen. All the people, all the vendors make these events happen. And they were going to show up no matter what, and that's what we told the city. We didn't sell tickets or nothing. We're not fencing anything off. People just show up. We go there because it's a platform that we can use to try to get the idea of legalization across, and we built it for that reason. But it's not our event, it's the people's event, and they're going to show up no matter whether we're there or not, whether there's a stage and music or not. So they fenced it off and tried to keep us out. It's 419 apparently. That's good. And I call it the Cannabis Day fiasco of 2015, where they tried to stop us and they arrested me and several other people in such a brutal fashion. But they still didn't stop the event. It still went on. It was still great. And we're still doing it. And something I've been doing for a while is I wrote "Oh Cannabis" because I wanted to have a version that was somewhat respectful and thought-provoking. And I've been doing it at these rallies ever since. And I'm going to do it for you now. And when I'm done, it's 420. So have them ready, light them up. In fact, light them up while I'm singing, because I think it's basically 420 right now. So light them up. Let's send a smoke signal up to those public servants and let them know that we're not going away ever. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace, with healing power, it helps our eyes to see, and with glowing joints we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes we criticize the war against our families. Oh, cannabis, the drug war's a bust. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for thee and you and me. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Oh, we're gonna talk about the raffle.
Yeah, the raffle's happening over there, so just go over there because they're gonna call your number for the raffle for the weed. So go over there. Thank you.
When are they gonna call the number?
They asked people to gather around the tent over there because they're gonna call the number right now.
Right now. So if you have a ticket to the raffle, and if you want one, go over there really quickly and maybe you can get one. And I think it's just kind of right in the middle of those tents there on the path over there. It's Miss Medible's tent. She'll probably wave at anybody that's looking in her direction. And get in on that, good odds. And there's always good prizes with Miss Medible's, isn't there? She's been fabulous. She's been one of the supporters of the Cannabis Substitution Program for quite a while, one of the main donators. The Cannabis Substitution Program is all run by donations and by volunteers. And we've been doing it 4 years ago last February because of the opioid crisis. Because what I learned in opening the Herb School way back when in 2004, right at Main and Hastings, we were there for 3.5 years providing cannabis to people. Lady Marijuana was there. She's got a tent over there. Lady Marijuana used to make cakes for us at the Herb School. And the people in the area started being our customers there right at Main and Hastings.
Actually, that was her name. I made a mistake.
I corrected you already. It's Lady Marijuana. So she would make these brownies and these cakes, and we would have them for people at the Herb School. And what the people in the area would tell us, the people that were addicted to hard drugs, is that those brownies and those cakes could get them through withdrawal. They could get them through the hell that withdrawal is. The reason that opioids are addictive, and they say they're addictive, is because there is a physical barrier to stopping. You might want to stop. You might want to be sick of having your bowels all mixed up, or your head feeling like it's made of jello, and the other things that might happen if you use and you misuse opioids. And many, many people are involved with that, many of them because they were prescribed these opioids by their doctors and then taken off the opioids before they were able to be properly taken off of them, or they're still in pain, or all the other things that are going on with doctors now not properly prescribing these things to people that are in serious pain and need them. And then they end up going and getting them from family and friends and eventually to the streets. And since 5 years ago, we've had this problem with the drugs that people are buying on the street. I don't know why. It seems really strange to me. But for some reason, there's fentanyl and carfentanil mixed in with the heroin and the meth and the cocaine that's available on the streets. I don't know who the hell would like to kill their customers. That doesn't make any sense to me. I know there are forces in this world that don't like drug users and they have things to gain by forcing people to not buy drugs from people on the streets. And there's a fair amount of powerful groups. You can probably imagine in your own mind who these groups might be that don't like the cannabis legalization movement. They don't like the idea that some people need to use drugs. They don't like the fact that some people don't want to use the government drugs. No, I won't give you the mic. Glenn, come see me later. Anything. No, I won't, Glenn. Go away. Medicine or drugs. Drugs are things that alter your mind that you consume. There's all kinds of definitions for drugs. They've made drugs a bad word, except that they have drug stores all over the place, and that's a real contradiction going on there. But in any case, cannabis, as we found out at the Herb School, is a substance. Glenn, I'm trying to talk to you. Give me a break. If you want to talk, not right now. Not right now. You come back, do it properly, talk to me behind stage. We'll give you a shot after 4:20. Yay, cannabis. But you gotta let me talk, Glenn, because that's how this works. You know better. Come on, buddy. Yay, cannabis. So, because we learned from these people that Lady Marijuana's cakes and brownies would get them through the withdrawal that is the toughest thing about getting off these drugs, it really resonated with me when, 15 years later, now there's a new epidemic of overdose deaths due to a tainted drug supply. And I knew right away what really needs to happen is real, easy, simple access to cannabis high-dose edibles. So I went and approached Van Du with that, and they were amazing. They gave me a unanimous consent from the board to go on their behalf or with their support to City Hall and get their support to give out cannabis for free, high-dose edibles to the people on the downtown east side that would line up to get it. City Council wouldn't give their approval. The VPD thanked me for that. I went and told them about it. I went to one of their board meetings, and my lawyer, Rob Laurie, and I went there, and I told them all about it. They said, well, thanks, good luck, but, we can't really do anything for you. I said, that's fine, but we're going to do this. And then we did it. And we gave out high-dose edibles for 3.5 years. The last 2 years of that, 2.5 years, it was twice a week. The lineup's 300 people long. 4 to 6 high-dose edibles per package and a couple of joints, all provided by donators. Some of the donators are here today. Michael's here, and John Murray is here, and Erica is here, and all these people that have helped us are here. And so that's what we did for all this time. We gave away cannabis to people that would line up to get it, to help them replace the use of opioids and get through withdrawal. And we were very successful in doing that. We were so successful, and in fact we had Dr. M.J. Malloy and others looking at what we were doing studies, releasing peer-reviewed reports that showed that 100% cannabis can be effective to get people through withdrawal and replace the use of opioids. You can't smoke too much weed. You can't smoke enough weed to do what needs to be done for those poor people that are suffering from the traumas of life, that find themselves in need of serious painkillers, and they don't find enough relief in smoked cannabis. But in edible cannabis, you can eat too much. And because you can eat too much, you can find that right dose, and the dose that works for you. And at the right dose, it's amazingly way, way better than the use of those other painkillers. So we started giving them out. Professor Malloy and others said, hey, this really works, and here's the proof, and released all of that. The City of Vancouver, 2 years ago on June 21st, passed a motion, thanks to Councillor Rebecca Bly, supporting and saying that they would support low barrier access to cannabis, low cost and no cost cannabis for people to use in place of opioids and other street drugs. So we met with Councillor Bly, myself, Jody Emery, Howard DeJong from Van Du, Jared Applegreen from the Green Cross. We had a meeting that was very productive. We understood, they understood, we were going to find a storefront, we were going to open it up, we were going to start providing cannabis to people on the downtown east side, and they were going to give us some license when we did that. And so we did do that. Took us almost a year to find a place, because being honest about selling cannabis without a license ahead of time, landlords don't want that. So, well, we did find a good landlord who did want us there, and we convinced him that the city would support us. But when push came to shove, what happened was the licensing department, who wasn't even aware of the motion that the city passed, decided to threaten our landlord because we were there providing cannabis that wasn't part of the monopoly, and he decided he had to try to evict us, even though he didn't want to, and he delayed it as long as he could. So after being in that store and providing exactly what that neighborhood needed for 4.5 months, we were forced to move out. And what we did was we bought an RV, and we've been in that RV ever since. So for over a year now, we've been offering cannabis, many different wonderful strains. You can see a couple of them over here at the booth that we have. But we have about 10 or 12 strains of cannabis. There's nothing over $6 a gram, and you would love our $6 a gram weed. We have $1 a gram weed. We have $1 joints. We give it away through the program that we've had for all these years, for 4.5 years, where now we have 270 people registered in that program, and as members, they get 420 milligrams of high-dose cannabis edibles of their choosing every 4 days. And then we have where we provide it at low cost, but there, if anybody comes and they don't have money, if they're broke, if they're in need, we don't ever turn anybody away. We've got fabulous donators, like I mentioned, John Murray and Michael the Cookie Monster, who make sure that we've got everything we need to make sure that everybody that needs it gets an edible or 2 or 3. They get a joint or 2 for free. We've never turned anybody away. We have rescued literally hundreds of people from this particular situation that's going on here with the tainted drug supply, from drug addiction, and from really bad government drug policy that is the reason that all of this is going on in the first place. If they didn't try to prohibit drugs, if they made them available through proper healthcare practitioners, to people who were properly educated about the reasons for using drugs, if they gave adults the respect that they deserve to make good choices for themselves with the proper education and information, then we would not have this situation that we have with so many people struggling with addiction right now. It's government policy that has caused all of this in the first place. And here's where it gets really, really weird. Or really, really corrupt, I guess is better, because it's not all that weird when you understand the amount of money that's involved and how greedy these people are. But we've been providing this service the way that we have for all of this time. And we've never tried to hide anything. We've never been sneaky about it. We've been upfront about everything. I've gone to city council and told them what we're doing. I went to the Vancouver Police Board and told them what we're doing. I put out big signs every time we were there so that everybody driving by, anybody that saw the big lineup of people, would know that we're there giving out high-dose edibles to help them get off of opioids. We never tried to hide anything, and we've tried to get approval every step of the way. When we were facing eviction, John Conroy, this amazing champion of lawyers for us, stepped right in and took over and provided this amazing comprehensive application to Health Canada. That was over 9 months ago. It was an application that clearly showed, without 2 days necessary, no more than 2 days to look through that application, 100 and some odd pages, but all the evidence was clearly there that cannabis is effective for saving people's lives and helping them in their life when they're struggling with pain and other things. Clear as a bell. That's all it would take to look at that application that we put in there. But the reason that it's been over 9 months and they haven't approved it is because they can't. They won't. They have obviously made promises to people with big money that they're never going to allow cannabis to be accessed at low barrier cost. That they're going to continue the monopoly of higher than prohibition prices and not have it available for medical reasons. And that's what they're determined to do. And that is the only reason that this government will not allow us to have permission to do what we've been demonstrating for 4.5 years is safe and effective in addressing an epidemic of overdose deaths. And that's how bad it is. That's how much corruption is involved in all of this. We're hoping that we do get that permission soon. They met with us before Christmas and apologized for it taking 3 months and said maybe in January. They messaged us in March, end of March, and said we're working diligently on it with our team and we're in conversation with the stakeholders and I'm sure the shareholders. And we'll get it done as quick as we can, just be patient. And here we are now, we're into July. Now we're going through the heat of summer. We just went through the entire winter in an RV trying to help people in very limited ways because in a store it's just so much better. It's a safe space for people. It's large. It's got so much more to offer. But nope, we're making them come to a window of an RV and the back door of an RV to get their products. We're being treated like fourth-class citizens because the government doesn't care about the people, about our brothers and sisters, our uncles and aunts, our children that are stuck in addiction, in many cases for no fault of their own, people that are struggling with trauma since childhood. These are the abused children of our society. These are the people that we should care about the most. These are the people in pain, the medical need, the people that our government on our behalf should be using our dollars to help, to make sure that they get access to this amazing natural medicine. Instead, they won't allow it because they need their greedy, flippant shareholders to make money off of us and charge us a fine up front and buy marijuana from government stores where it's been irradiated so it doesn't even have medical value. And that's what's going on here, folks. This is how they're treating millions of Canadians because they're in the pockets of the pharmaceutical companies, the oil companies, and all of those people that are making money off of prohibition and don't want to give it up. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for coming out today, celebrating and protesting and standing up for what's right. All these vendors are illegal, by the way. Every one of them are doing things that are breaking the Criminal Code of Canada. Good on them. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting these vendors. Let's support our underground grain market of where cannabis really is cared about. Don't buy it off of big corporate cannabis that doesn't give a shit about who's using it or for what. All they want is to maximize their profits. It's up to you whether you allow that to happen or not. I say let's not let it happen. This is not the legalization we've been fighting for. It's not time to put down our microphones and put down our phones and put down our computer keypads and stop saying, give us what we deserve. It's time we amp it up a little bit and make sure that we don't get stuck in what we have right now, which is this very, very corrupt, evil, high barrier access to the cannabis plant that we want to have here. So thank you very much. I think there's music coming.
No, it's my turn.
Oh, well, Glenn, I said after 4:20. If you take just 1 minute, I'll let you have 1 minute. You just want to say yay.
I just want to say cannabis is not a drug.
That's what I mean. But just don't take more than a minute to say it.
I'm not
going to take more than a minute and say, cannabis is not a drug. Cannabis is a medicine. It's a medicine, folk. It's the same as all the Native American medicines. It comes from a plant, and you just huff on the plant. It's okay. Cannabis is a medicine. We need to prohibit all the drugs that are killing our neighbors, our brothers and our sisters. The fentanyl that's a drug. Anything that comes out of big pharma, that's a drug. Anything that grows on the tree, it's given to us by the Creator. We should use that sacredly as a medicine. God bless you all. Happy Cannabis Day. All right, thanks, Glenn. I appreciate your passion. There's many definitions of a drug, and everybody's got their own definition. The actual word drug is an old German word, Drug, which means dried plant. And I say anything that alters your consciousness in any way like that is a drug. But, you know, you'd say, well, there's good drugs and bad drugs. I disagree with Glenn that we need to prohibit some drugs because they're bad, because prohibition doesn't work. Prohibition encourages people to do that which is prohibited. It increases the demand. It drives the supply underground. Demand and supply are real laws not made by man. You can't mess with them. If there's a demand, there will be a supply. If it's prohibited, it'll be in a way that is not safe, not regulated. And so we cannot have these drugs prohibited to the point where they're available in ways that are not properly regulated. They just need to regulate them in proper ways. And whenever the regulations get to the point where it's going to be easier for people to go to a black market or an underground market, then they need to be scaled back, because you need to have people getting the dangerous stuff from proper health practitioners and professionals. That's my opinion. It's the opinion of some other people, but we all have our own opinions. And I'm glad I live in a country where we can at least express those opinions. I'm not anti-Canada. I'm happy to be a Canadian. I'm not happy with my government. I certainly am not happy with the Catholic Church. I'm certainly really pissed off and miserable about the treatment of our indigenous brothers and sisters. That indigenous means they were here before we were here. And we, by we, I don't mean anybody here, but, you know, those that came here, and all this has happened as a result of that. You know, that's just so wrong, and I hope that we can do the right thing in reparations of some sort, so find some justice. Of course, we never can, but we can't forget that that's what's going on here. Even though I'm happy to be a Canadian, I'm happy with some of the rights that we have. We've got more rights than a lot of people around the world. We've been fighting for rights throughout history, as has everybody else. We've risen to this level. We've got a long way to go yet before we're really free. But let's keep going. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep working. We owe it to the generations to come. It's the best thing you can do in your life anyway. When you're fighting the man and you're making a difference, there's nothing feels better. When you're helping people that need help, and you're helping change laws that are hurting people, nothing feels better. Money won't help you feel good like that. You help people, you help make a difference in the world, you'll get feelings that money can't buy. And all you own in this world is how you feel. I recommend we all try to feel as good as we can, have as much fun as we can, sticking it to the man, getting justice where justice is deserved, and for sure ending the prohibition of cannabis. That's a no-brainer. That's the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened to us. The most obvious example of how we're not free. We need to let that go. And I need to let the music play. That's what I got to do. We have some musicians here. They're probably ready. You guys ready anytime? He's not ready yet. Elvis is not ready yet. Hey, I want to say something about the next performer. That's Elvis is coming up here. Elvis has been everywhere always. He's been to every rally, every 420, Cannabis Day, Global Marijuana March, out on the corners, Thornton Park on the Saturdays, Robson Square. He seldom ever misses. He does a great job of bringing people in, of educating through song, and being a big part of our movement of trying to convince people that, you know, it's important and we should do something about what's not right in this world, and especially when it comes to the oppression of the cannabis community. They've been trying to wipe us out for a long, long time here. I'd like to know one day if they could do a calculation on how much was spent on the drug war, on trying to keep us from using weed. How much of our own money they spent. I wonder what that number would be. You could probably figure that one out because they would have those numbers. What you can't figure out is how much harm they did, because they've ruined a lot of people's lives, given a lot of people criminal records, cost a lot of people their jobs and their families and their kids. So I don't know how we ever calculate that. But anyway, let's listen to some music, because that's an awesome thing to take a break. You need balance in your life, right? You can't always be focused on how the drug war sucks and politicians lie. You only focus on that some of the time, because life is important, and it's important to enjoy it and have fun. So every once in a while, you got to spin some tunes, dance in the streets, let go a little bit, and get your mind off of that stuff, because life's too short to spend all your time thinking about the serious stuff. Is Elvis coming on, or are you spinning, or what's going on? You ready to go? All right, more music. Enough of me. See y'all later.